Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Farm Sim 19. This is Big One in Little Norton, and it's episode number 6. Now, this is the second episode pertaining to this particular day, the back half of the last episode. We already completed our one daily contract. We already did our one daily purchase with an upgrade to the tractor, the very tractor we're in right now, by modifying it and adding a front loader attachment to the tractor in preparation for our future front loader bucket that we'll be buying in order to handle those, which will allow us to sell a grass harvest. Now, the reason why we didn't just simply move on to the next day, it's already 10:30, we could certainly fly towards the next day, but the reason for that is that our first grass harvest on the fields that we've bought thus far, it's ready to go. So we are going to get to that here today and start finding another source of income besides the contracts. So we're going to swap out our fertilizer spreader. So we'll leave that right here. Okay. And then we're going to need both of these items, the front mower and the forage wagon. Now this is all we have so far. You got to remember, in this Big One challenge, we're limited to one thing per day that we can do, and we're limited on funds. Don't think there's hoses. Oh, there are hoses. There you go. So with such limitations on us, financial as well, here we are now, and we're going to have to do this one of the hardest, least efficient ways possible, but at least we're going to be able to do it all in one working pass at a time. So, hopes if we can line up correctly here. Single mower only, but the forage wagon straight onto the back. We've got to be careful when we're cornering with this, but otherwise we'll go straight from mow to load it right into the wagon, and we'll be able to go right on our way until it's full. And because we purchased the BGA, we have the bunkers there at our disposal, and so our grass will be able to go straight in. Now, we need a game plan. Where to go, what to do first. Well, we own fields 10, 22, that includes across the yard, so across the street, and then field 42. So we have 3 fields to mow, and the BGA being down here, I kind of want to work back towards it. So starting away seems the most logical, even though we are parked just right here at field 22. So that there's actually a certain amount of common sense that goes into starting with what's right in front of me. So let's go ahead and get that forage wagon on. Okay, you're already lowered. Get that on, and we should be up and running here. And that we are. Now, one thing to keep in mind as we go and do this grass harvest is one of our early goals, one of our early targets, as for now we're just mowing our own personal yard. One of our early targets is to get this sheep farm up and running. Now, that's a task that is a little bit easier said than done. We might want to glance here shortly. Oh boy, tree object collision is present. Tighter turns is not exactly a good thing with this forage wagon, as we'll miss a lot. What are you caught on now? yeah, this turnaround's a little bit of an issue here. I think I kind of want to finish this side before we go out into the yard itself. I love that we're at 6% already though, and we literally just started. And we'll definitely be using time-lapse for a good chunk of this job, but as I was about to say, getting into sheep is actually a little bit tricky. And let's go ahead and use this as a point to turn around. And I need to double check what are the requirements on sheep and see. I know that the grass takes care of the feed. I know that they're going to need water. So production is obviously going to be limited short term by those absences, right? I can take care of the grass. I can't take care of the water right now. And man, am I kind of missing out on some grass back there in that corner, but that's okay. Might come back to it. Okay, we don't need that little strip. Let's go ahead and just kind of keep circling around here. Avoid this tree. Well, anyway, based on the requirements, and let's kind of paint ourselves into the corner a little bit to pick up some of this. We'll get as far as we can back here, and then begin that process of turning around. Okay, back on track here. We'll see how far off we are on the other needs, because if we can at least cover a little bit of our basis, then I would think, why not get our first one sheep, because obviously we are limited in that regards, that it's one at a time. Everything's one. So, it's a slow start. But is that slow start going to be possible or not at this point? Oh, through the wall. Definitely starting with the trickiest area, but we've already managed to get 21%, so it's not all bad. Let's go straight into turning around this time, but let's go ahead and try to back up as best we can and get a pass in here. There we go. I think this will probably be my last pass back here on this side. Not much left to go for. Now this side's another matter. There's still a good bit of grass left right here. Grand scheme of things, this is pretty marginal at best what we're picking up by this, but looks like here beside the road just a little bit more. Clean up our driveway a little. Don't have access to the road? What? What are you talking about? I'm assuming this hedge has probably got contact on, but it might not. It does. Alright. So, let's see here. What do I want to do with the last little bit of this? I think we're going to do it along these lines of a little forward, backward, reverse, and just clean this mess up, which means that it can actually bring me back here further as well. There is contact on that one. Sometimes I just wish I could take bushes down. They don't look nice to me. Alright, nearly done here. Nearly done, and this should just about do it. There's that piece. One last little piece right here in the middle. And we'll hit it up this way. There we go. Okay. Close enough. Stay clear of the mower. Don't want to lose a toe. And we'll head out into the yard. For now, I'm going to leave the gate open. We will be full soon enough. Alright, now I more or less know where the BGA is, but I also know it's on an intersection, and I have no idea for certain if which side of the road the entrance will be on, so flying in a bit blind. I haven't been down there yet, so we'll both be taking that first look together. Nice rocks along the side of the road here. Reminds me of a lot of eastern Washington, eastern Oregon farms or large properties. Very common thing to do there. Get all those rocks on your property when you're clearing out the land. Got to put them somewhere. And they turn into a nice little decor. BGA buildings were just there up ahead to our left. Just now out of sight. As we come around here, it's starting to come back into sight. I believe this field right here to our left is one of the ones that we have purchased. And okay, here's the intersection. And the BGA is here on our left. And I think the bunker is actually on the right side here. That might be this space right up here. It looks like it might be. Kind of a tight space to get into. Forgot I've got a mower on the front. There we go. Not a drive-through, so we'll have to do this the hard way. As everything's on this side of the space, we'll go ahead and use this first bunker. starting to get pretty late in the day, even though I have slowed time down substantially. We're about to get our third trailer load, which actually we just managed to do in this last moment. So I'm going to change up my plan. Honestly, it's time to experiment. First off, it's late enough in the day that it's going to get dark. So the other two fields, they're happening tomorrow. And I have a big thing planned for that. That'll be into the next episode. But for this field, I want to experiment a little bit. I'm finding that between running the forage wagon and the mower, just coming up a little bit short on the necessary power, especially when you throw in the added realism for vehicles mod. You can see my motor load right now, 99, 100%, slip rate 35, 40%. So as a result, we're not even on, right? Nothing's running but the tractor right now, and yet we're still only doing 4 miles an hour. Of course, trailer's full, but even when the trailer is nearly empty, I'm putting in a similar time to what we're doing now. You may have noticed through the time lapse that I started taking just downhill swings, but this field's not great for that. So here's the first experiment for this field. Let's go ahead and leave that full forage wagon for now. And I'm going to take just the mower now. We'll see how quickly we can mow these fields, which at the moment looks like it might be pretty dang quick. Now, looks like I might even be able to go with a never mind the hills type attitude. I'm cruising at 13. Which is the working speed here, and it feels like I'm flying after the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 mile an hour slogfest that we've been going through thus far. And even trying to work the numbers in my favor, it wasn't speeding up much. So this is significantly faster, and we're going to go ahead and just mow the rest of this field. Now, the forage wagon's obviously the one that's really dragging us down, but without the mower, here's to hoping that it's going to be a bit faster. Take that weight, take that power drain out of the equation, right? We'll see how that goes for us here in a little bit. But here we go. So this will be done quick, and then I'll have to go unload the trailer, and then I'll be back with the trailer, and we're going to go back into time lapse as we finish this up. things are taking a bit longer than expected. Even now, this is so much faster than how we started, but it's still going to all come down to the forage wagon on our ability to pull that thing. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that project into the focal point of our next episode. And so we're going to go ahead and I'll empty that one last load off camera, but otherwise I'll see you in the morning. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.